Okay, so I don't even know how or why this video will fit into anything, but I feel like I just have a couple of things I want to say and talk about and mention, and I kind of like when I have video documentation of some of the cool things that happen in life, and sometimes it doesn't happen in a full day, and daily vlogging is really hard. I definitely wish I could do it, and I hope I can do it when I have kids maybe. I feel like it's a lot easier to watch little babies for a whole day than to watch me just talk about nothing. But I did want to just talk about how this year went. I mean, it's the first year that we have been living together, Nick and I, and we are living in Long Beach, and we're absolutely obsessed with it. The only issue is that it's a little far away from our friends and our family, and it's still within driving distance, so it's kind of still expected for us to, you know, drive up for birthdays and fun activities, and that's great. It's you know, obviously a privilege that we can drive up and see a lot of our friends and family, but it is kind of far. But anyway, we are in love with Long Beach. We love 2nd Street. We walk down and get dinner all the time and just hang out, and anytime we're bored and we, you know, want to do something, we just walk down to Belmont Shore, and we don't have to drive, we don't have to worry about making any plans. It can be spontaneous. And so we're absolutely obsessed with Satan Second. It's the best restaurant for sure on the whole block. We celebrated there for the end of my first year of graduate school because I finished. Yeah! It was honestly the hardest thing that I've ever done in my whole life. It was grueling emotionally and academically. I don't think I've ever been so exhausted just mentally and emotionally. Like, I was so worn down, and I'm used to playing sports, and I played club soccer and varsity high school soccer, and I was always athletic growing up, so I know what it feels like to just be beaten down physically, and this was the first time that I was just beaten down emotionally and mentally. It was so hard, but I'm done, and it was worth it. I have one more year, and I think I can do it. I'm not gonna quit, I'm gonna do it, and I'm deciding whether I want to work at a school or maybe private practice, but I just really like the school age kids, and I realized that if I work at a private practice, kids are in school all day. I won't get to see them until the afternoon or evening if I work. Hopefully I can get more experience. I got a internship in fall, so one of my placements is at USC at the Caruso Family Center for Childhood Communication, and I'm going to be the first person at Chapman to go to USC and to be an intern at USC, which is awesome. Groundbreaking, if you will. No, just kidding, I'm not that amazing, but it's cool that I'll be the first one. And so the program is for kids who have hearing loss or kids who have cochlear implants, so it's right up my alley. I definitely want to work with that population, with deaf or hard of hearing, kids or adults, and then I'll work at a school, and then ideally in the spring I'll be at a hospital, so I'll be able to learn all about cognitive evals and dysphagia and all the crazy acute patients and their communication and cognitive needs, and so hopefully I'll have some experiences to be well-rounded in and make a decision to what I want to do, because I don't know yet, but I'm getting closer, and that's what's important. In terms of Nick, he is finishing up his 2nd year at USC. He's at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles right now, and he's doing unbelievable. Like, he drives 2 hours to work. Well, at 4 a.m. when he leaves, because he wakes up at like 3:30 or 4:30, somewhere around then, and he showers and he drives 45 minutes or an hour to Hollywood. CHLA is literally in the middle of Hollywood. It's not near any freeways, it's not near like anything. Like, he literally has to drive from Long Beach, like on the beach, all the way to Hollywood, and it's brutal. I don't know if I could do it. And then in the evening between 4 and 7, it takes him like 2 hours to get home. And I think what's the most amazing and precious and beautiful thing is he never complains, ever. Like, yeah, he gets upset and he, you know, will mention things like any other person would, like, oh, so mad that this happened or whatever. But, I mean, he walks through our door every single day smiling. Every day. It's like the most beautiful, precious, superhero, amazing ability I've ever seen in my whole life. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I get tired, I'm mad. I'm mean. And if I'm sitting in 2 hours of traffic, like, I'm gonna unleash that mad, anxious frustration on the first person I see. And I guess I'm just really appreciative that Nick doesn't do that. And he is just, like, unbelievable. Like, I mean, there's no flaw in that boy. He's amazing, and I wish I had better words to describe it. I started working on my vows actually for the wedding, which is next year, August 11th, 2018. I've got some really good one-liners in there and a couple different beautiful words that I found to kind of match the feelings that I have for him and the kind of just undescribable being of what Nick is. I mean, he's superhuman, and he's strong, and he's a leader, and he's determined, and he's a badass, and he, you know, graduated at the top of his class. He scored in the 99th percentile in med school, and now he's at USC at Keck in County, which is like literally the hardest places to train to do your residency. And he's, you know, drives 2 hours because he wants to live with me, and like, that's so selfless and so giving. And so CHLA has been kind of crushing him a little bit, just the drive, and it's just so busy, and he's always the one to do the extra step and to do more work and to, you know, put himself out there. He never gives work that's his to anyone else. He never makes anything that's his burden someone else's. And he literally goes all out all the time. And he has like 12 research projects going on right now, and you know, he never slacks. He holds himself to such a high standard. And he sent me this text about I guess all of his attendings, and other people wrote just kind of, I guess, an evaluation for some reason on Nick. And I think it's just so rewarding because, I don't know, I feel like he needs a lot of reminders about how amazing he is. I don't want him to ever lose this just unbelievable just ability to be perfect. I mean, he works so hard and he gives so much, and to be recognized by that, you know, by more than just me, more than just his family, but by people in his career and his field. I don't know, I'm ranting, sorry. I will just redo these texts. It's such a good little, let's see if it'll focus. I think Nick is probably the best in his class. I thought he was a third year for most of the, I thought he was a third year for most of his rotation. He's a second year, by the way. His clinical judgment and operative skills are well above that of a second year, even for the end of the year. He's a thoughtful surgeon who prepares well, asks good questions, and incorporates feedback well. He will make a fantastic orthopedic surgeon. The next person said, very strong performance, worked hard and efficiently in the OR and clinic, always prepared, good knowledge base, strong team player, solid in all respects. I'm so excited. He deserves it so much. I like almost cried when I started reading this. Another person said, star, really bright and academic minded, easy to teach and a leader. I often forget he's a 2, a second year. Another person, great in all respects, tries very hard. Another person, Nick was excellent. He was better than average for his level of training in the OR, took good care of inpatients, and was very efficient in the clinic. One of the best second years this year. Another person, Ahead for his stage of residency, seems to grasp concepts and learn quickly. Great attitude and a pleasure to work with. I don't know about you, but I think those are exactly the words that anybody in his field should be using to describe him. He's dreamy in all respects, and I'm so proud of him. And this was good. He needed that, and I think it's really going to help him in the future when he wants recommendations and he wants to do his fellowship, whatever he decides that fellowship might be. Anyway, that was my little video rant. I'm not sure what it even means, what this is even for, but I just wanted to record it, and I wanted to talk about how proud I am, and I'm glad that someone has told him how amazing he is. And I wish I had more words, better words. I'm kind of inspired because I've been reading this book, The Opposite of Loneliness. It's about this young girl who, she went to Yale, she wanted to be a writer, and she was really good. She kind of reminds me of like a less satirical Lena Dunham. And anyway, when she was 22, after she graduated, her and her boyfriend were driving home. She, I guess, was having some sort of celiac allergic reaction to something, or they were driving somewhere and the boyfriend fell asleep at the wheel. And they crashed, and she passed away, and the boyfriend didn't. No hard feelings with the boyfriend. The family, you know, understood that accidents happen. But anyway, they compiled all of her stories and essays and things that she had written into this book, and it's pretty beautiful. I mean, let's see if I can even pull some quotes. I mean, the intro is pretty cool. It tells about her whole story and what kind of person she was, and you kind of find she's like this kind of vicarious little firecracker. And I don't know, I've been really liking it. There's fiction, there's poems, there's kind of more personal stuff. And so the first opening, there's page 1, it's one of the first pages. It's actually titled The Opposite of Loneliness. And it says, the first line is, "We don't have a word for the opposite of loneliness, but if we did, I could say that's what I want in life." It's kind of cool, right? And I don't know, she's got a lot of good lines. She is really a good writer, and she has these fiction writings that I totally forget that they're even fiction. I start reading them and I think it's her, and then I'm like, wait a minute, her name's not Claire. But anyway, I would recommend it. It's good. It's sad, but it's not too sad. She's got a way with words. Anyway, that's my video for the day. I guess I'll just have a compilation of a bunch of random videos by the time that I actually edit this into something. But I did want to say that I'm proud of Nick, and we're both finishing up our second year of our career paths, and it's hard, and hopefully one day we can look back at this and remember that it was hard, but we treated each other amazing, and we appreciated each other every step of the way, and we found small bits of beauty throughout every hard time and every day, and that it's not about the big vacations and the money that we see a lot of our friends have. We'll get there, but I think what's more important to me right now is just the kind of small, beautiful moments that I have with him and that I have with other people in my life. And so take that as your words of wisdom, and I'll see you on my next random video.